What's good, people? What's good? It is your girl, Just Shaz, back with another video, and today we have a lovely guest. I'll allow you to introduce yourself.
Oh, my name's Wapingena.
Full name even.
Please.
The whole government's name.
Oh, Wapingena Prudence Kanjeve. Please, but you can call me Wapi.
Don't call her Prudence.
No, please don't.
She's not your homie like that.
I'm not prudent.
No.
I'm from Namibia. I'm a second year, and yes.
And
Titi and I went to the same school at different times. So.
Different times, so, same school and that. But yeah, so today we are tackling a conversation about, dating as Black African women at predominantly white institutions. So
Me, I have eyes on all the Black people on this campus. If you're a person of color, I've seen you.
I've seen you. I know you.
I know you.
I guess that will be the first question then. Are you only into Black men?
Me, yes. Well, I wouldn't say just Black men.
Okay.
I would like to say that I'm open to people of color, to other races.
Okay, so if you're
but
brown,
not white.
not white.
Not white. I don't know why. I just don't. No, there's a reason why. I'm just not really.
Tell us the reason.
No, the reason is because I grew up around Black people. So people normally say that the people that you're attracted to, it sort of like reflects like who you grew up around and the people that you most love. So the people that I've been attracted to are mostly Black men because I grew up with Black men. My brothers and my cousins, my fathers are Black men. So then it's just I've seen how they treat women, but in general, that's what I grew up around. That's what's familiar. That's what's comfortable for me. I'm open to other races because we also had colored people. We also had Asians at home. White people, we have them, but
not so much.
We have a lot of white people. We have a lot of Afrikaners at home.
Okay. Oh, what about movies? Did you ever watch movies and had a crush on like white actors? Because for me, that's at least like I'm in a similar situation where I've always grown up around like Black men. Like I have two older brothers, like my dad, cousins, and uncles. But if growing up, if anyone asked like who's your man crush, Monday, like it was always Channing Tatum. For a fact, like it was always a white actor. But I still never I still personally don't. I'm not attracted to white men.
I will tell you all of this, but I will not lie. I have been with a white guy once, one time. I mean, it's only to be fair, but that was only a one-time thing. It just happened. I don't know how it just happened. But even then, I won't even lie. It was. I enjoyed it, but like in that specific night, that was the most like uncomfortable, the most I guess unsafe that I've ever felt. Just because if it had been like with a Black man. To some extent, yes, I also don't
feel unsafe.
I don't know them as well, but like I wouldn't feel like that level of unsafe. It's just I guess I like Black men and men of color because they give me that sort of security because they understand to some extent what I've been through, what we've been through as a community.
Because you never know when you're with white people how like it's gonna be perceived. Because even though it is a white man and a Black woman, it's still gonna be like white and Black. So if anything is ever to now be like a disagreement, you will most likely be the one to suffer more than him, despite it being like a gender thing of like men and women, which is very interesting. Because I think like with Black men and white women, like for sure, if a white man says you did some nonsense, like you're done for, right?
Yeah, no, it's over for you.
But I wonder how it would be like in your situation, like if you had a disagreement, do you still think that as a man he would get like in trouble more than you? Or do you think in that situation race would play a factor? Like, do you think that's the reason you felt unsafe?
It's just because I just don't know him. I didn't know him as well, and also just because I don't know how white people are in this part of the world. I don't know how they act. I don't know, because at least white people at home, I know how they are. I know how they are, how they act, and how they treat Black people at home. Here, I know it's very unfamiliar. It's just
unfamiliar.
That's most of it.
Okay, so it's a fear of the unknown kind of. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, no shame. That experience with my white crush, first white crush sophomore year, I didn't even know how to talk to them.
Of all people, you picked a Trump supporter.
I actually had intellectual conversations. I'll put it intellectual because now I question it if I was just blindsided by
In case you're just dizzy. Bro.
Exactly, I think I was just dizzy because after I found out he was a Trump supporter, everything just went out the window. I was like, you know what? This is actually...
Because technically, if he's a Trump supporter, he's not a supporter.
No, exactly. But what has been your experience as like a Black African woman on this campus?
Hey, dating on this campus, coming to the US made me feel it took.
Let me taste it.
Let me taste the words. It puts, I won't lie, put my confidence into the dustbin and it threw it away. Locked it and threw it very far away, because once you get to this PWI, once you leave home, because when you're at home, it's
you're painting.
You're painting at home.
You're painting. You feel like a star.
No, you're a star because you're literally walking on the street. All of the uncles there in their cars.
Yeah, they're like, hey,
in the Mercedes. The construction workers are there catcalling. Even you go to a party, guys are there. It's not all the time, but like they're there. They'll come and they'll come and flirt with you, come and mac on you, come and ask you how's your day.
How you doing?
Call you sweetie,
hey,
sweetie love.
How are you?
Hello for you. Those things. Those are things that I wouldn't like. It like catcalling. I hate catcalling, but at the end of the day, it's like, to some extent, it's sort of like a confidence booster, because it reminds you that when you're at home, you're desirable.
Yeah.
Because men want you and you're beautiful.
Yeah.
You come here, it's just like, it doesn't happen. Yes, catcalling doesn't happen, and I'm glad for that. But just the whole fact, interacting with men on this campus, it doesn't make you feel like, it doesn't make you feel beautiful. You feel invisible. Like, you're going to interact with men. I've gone and had several interactions with men, and fine, we'll get together, we'll have a good time, and then afterwards they sidetrack me, and they always go to a girl that's lighter than me.
Oh,
and it's happened a few times where
lighter or whiter?
Lighter.
Like, lighter. So even if they're also a person of color, they're just like yellow bone.
I know there's been one where like he literally went to like a Latina. There's been another one that went to maybe a light skinned black girl with curly hair. So like the light skinned black girl. So the way that I see it is that they've always just gone and chased, it's colorism. They've always just gone to chase, like, they've never explicitly went full on white, but they went to females that exhibit white characteristics with with the nice soft curly hair that doesn't
not this kinky
hair that fights back, and or they go with like a smaller, more narrow nose, or lighter skin color and things like that. So it just reminds, it's like a constant reminder. And also talking to your friends, even talking to these African men, you go and ask them, we'll have a conversation, and then at some point they'll just start describing like the type of women that they like, or they'll come and tell you the type of some of the women that they've had an interest in. And I've seen a consistent theme of light-skinned girls with curly hair, or light-skinned black girls with curly hair, Latinas and Hispanic women, white girls, or Asians. Never have I come across a man that has an African man on this campus, even an African American man that has come and described like a beautiful black woman. I've never come and heard say like, did you see that black girl over there? Oh, she's beautiful. I've never heard them say that. No.
That's true. So is it like, in terms of, is it just black men and white men too, or like it doesn't matter who?
At this point, it doesn't matter, because even the white men, they want a skinny white girl. They've literally, a lot of them have like described very specific features. The very, very slender, short girls with the light brown hair, blonde hair, blue eyes, of course. That's what the white guys want, and I've seen that fair. But then the others, the black men, they always just want, they'll never come and tell you that they want a white girl.
But you can see it in their actions. Have you ever been told that you were too good, that's why no one is approaching you?
No. Who would ever come and say, "What, you're too good of a person"?
Yes.
Do you know how nonsense, what kind of nonsense that is?
That's what happened to me. Like, I think it was sophomore year. I was really like, that confidence that you're talking about, I was really wondering like, why? Like, I literally, like, this is not even like a self-pity thing, but I literally don't have people sliding into my DMs, like, at all, right? And it's not a problem. It's like, whatever, like, I don't need it. It's like, self-queen, whatever, cool. But it would be nice just to know that there are people sliding.
It'd be nice to be talking to you, right? Giving you a bit of attention.
Just chatting you up a bit. But then one of like the black men on campus at that time, like, I was a sophomore and he was a junior, and he was like, no, Tsitsi, you're the Harvard of all girls. And I was like, what does that mean? He's like, it just, like how Harvard is like one of the top schools in the world, and it's like, when you know you won't even try to apply because you know you're not gonna get in. So it's like, why bother? So he said that's how he described
Was he an African American?
No, he was a black African. Yes. So,
I thought what kind of African he is that that's not ambitious.
So he was a black African. That was like, so it's not that we don't not want to approach. It's just that like we don't think we have a shot, so we won't bother. So you're kind of like Harvard, and I'm like, it's supposed to be phrased as a compliment. It's at the same time, it's like, oh, thank you, but like this is really not so nice,
No. They don't, at least as far as I'm concerned, it feels like that man, he did not have the confidence of a Namibian man. Because as far as Namibian men, they know.
They don't
care. Will know that Cherry is out of her league. They will know that they cannot get with her.
And
they will still slide into a DMs.
Nice.
They will still slide. So he just...
So maybe he just lacks the confidence.
He lacked the ambition. Because at the end of the day, if somehow, like if you had Harvard as an option, yes, I can't get into Harvard. I know some people that still apply to Harvard regardless.
And they still...
You never know what happens. If you shoot your shot, you never know what will stick.
But do you think that's also like... Because I know there are a lot of comments about, black women are just harder to get, like we're difficult and all of that stuff. So do you think that is also the wavelength he was thinking? That maybe it's not necessarily about that we won't get in, but it's just that there's a level of work that they're just not ready to put in for black women because of this whole black women being difficult.
Probably, because I think that's what he was trying to get at.
Yeah.
But then he didn't want to he didn't want to seem like an ass.
Yeah.
He didn't want it to come off as, no, I just want white women or like other women because they're easier to get with. But I think that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Black women we're difficult, but that's because we fight back. Like,
but are we difficult though?
There's nothing,
because that's my question. It's like, it's not that. How do I phrase this? Like someone said, like this whole thing of black men or like men in general saying like, because some women I know, like some of my friends, they've been told that it's not that I don't want you, it's just that like right now I just want to have some fun, but then when I'm ready to settle down is when I would come for someone like you. Like that's something that has also been said to me, like, oh, you're just like wifey material, so like I don't want to like mess you up, or like, let me have my fun right now, and then when I'm ready to settle down, I'll come for you type of situation. So it's not necessarily about being difficult either. It's like at the same time they see us highly, to not see us as like flimsy things, but at the same time it's like, why are you objectifying me and putting me in this box of like, either you're just wifey material. It's supposed to come out as like a compliment, but at the same time it isn't. So
regardless of what he meant, the way what he said is problematic, because even if he was trying to come and save your feelings by saying, no, you're wifey material, no, you're a good person, no, it's that whole thing of like, you're a good girl. That's also very very annoying concept. But like in him saying that he'll only come to you when he's ready to settle down, he's basically saying that the girls that he's currently getting with and interacting with, those are like flimsy girls that like those girls are only there for fun. Yeah. So then he's at the end of the day, he's trying to save your feelings, but then he's still
messing around with other girls.
Messing around with other girls, but then he's also like he's also punching down on other girls by saying no, by putting them in a box, saying no, they're just here for fun. They're just there. They're not here for anything serious. Yeah. When can't see those girls really want a relationship. Yeah. And they really somehow believe that you are the person for them to give them that relationship.
So it's like no one wins.
No one wins.
Because we also said black girls don't want to be there just for fun. Like I know a lot of black women.
Can't see, we just want to have fun, but we also want to be in a relationship. Exactly. You must come and ask me personally.
Like what I want. Don't just put me in a box like automatically.
And me saying that black women are difficult, I like that's just because I know in my heart, in myself, I'm difficult. But the thing is, I find it's I see difficult as in like we are complex, and I find beauty in complex creatures. Black women are very. I feel like we're very complex creatures, and I find beauty in that. Yes, we are difficult, but like.
It's not a negative. It's not
a negative. It's like it's difficult, like, meaning that like it clearly, if we're difficult, it means that they can't. Other people aren't allowed. Like we don't allow people to mess with us easily. Yeah. We fight back. We have grit to it. We provide some kind of friction, which is always necessary. So then me saying black women are difficult. it's a positive. It's something that I think it's one of our positive traits. But all these things that say men, women, black women are dramatic, we're loud,
we're crazy,
we're always fighting, we're crazy.
Yeah.
Can't see. We're all of those things and more, but we're all of those things in a positive way, because it just shows you at the end of the day that if push comes to shove, we will fight with our whole being for a man that just won't do the same for us.
So and then how do you feel about that? Then putting all of this for men that won't do the same.
I'm tired. I'm tired, and the worst part is that I still see myself fighting for men. Like the moment someone that is not a black person will come and say like bad things about black men,
you will defend them.
I will defend
till the day you die.
I know the things that man is doing is wrong, but I will come and defend him, because if it's a white woman that's saying these things about a man,
you know how
about
detrimental that is.
That is very detrimental to our, like, I guess, to who we are as people, and it's detrimental to our culture and our community. So therefore, in my heart, I will fight against that, because I know, yes, I understand that man is probably in the wrong. He probably messed up. He's a dustbin. But I can't. He's our dustbin. I can't let the rest of.
Allow us to take out our own trash.
Yes, they're the words. But at the end of the day, I'm still tired of doing it.
Yeah. Because it is tiring. Being a black woman at PWI is tiring, because I feel like we're the ones carrying everybody, basically.
Like, we carry the community.
The whole entire community.
We carry these little baby men. We carry these little baby men that just come and... These little boys that will just come and they just come and attack us constantly, and we just take it. Because what else can you do?
What can you do? So that kind of leads me to the next question. Do you feel like you've had to lower your standards? Because before you come into union, you're like, this is the kind of person I would want, and you have maybe all these, like, you know, characteristics, personality traits, etc. But now, do you feel like you've had to lower your standards?
I think, funny enough, I've had the opposite effect.
Okay.
I think, or at least just having all of these different experiences that we've had here at LM, I've come to sort of increase. Yes, I've lowered my standards, but like, I know where my standards, like, I've learned to set where I want my standards to be in regards to what I want from a guy. So if I know, I've learned now from just the interactions that I've had with men, because there have been some black men that have treated me in the best way, better than any other man has treated me. For like the duration of like a couple of weeks, and then at the end they turned out to be a dustbin. But for the, like, when they were good, they were actually good. Yeah. And I've learned from that, like, if I know that if I want a relationship, I've set my standards to like how I want to be treated. So in terms of relationship, I've put my standards very high. Okay. In terms of just like a situationship, just if I want to go and have fun, no, those ones they've had to come down, because the options are very minimal. Yeah, they're very, very
you can't do much. You just gotta work with what you have.
I'm here dodging between these guys that just want their white girls or their Latinas, their big booty Latinas. I swear, I feel like I've heard someone say big booty Latina.
And how do you feel about like the whole term of like jungle fever? For those that don't know, like, what jungle fever is basically when a white person is like basically intrigued by a black person and wants to, well, experiment with a black person for the sake of like, how it's kind of like a trial and error. You're like, let me just get with a black person just to see what it's like.
Now, I've used the term jungle fever to explain. I think I might have been with someone. He wasn't white, but I think I might have been with someone that low-key, my friends say that he low-key had jungle fever because he's only ever been with black girls. I'm like, oh.
Okay, so he's testing out. Testing it.
But I've used it before, and sometimes I don't mind the term because it is what it is. But I don't know if you've ever heard. I don't know if I came up with it or if I heard it from someone else. The term frostbite.
No.
It's the opposite of jungle fever, where you get a black person that just dates white people, or like a person of color that just dates white people. Okay. Like even there was in Love Is Blind, the new season. I don't know if you watch it. There was the Indian couple, Abhishek and Deepti. They both of them had frostbite.
Had only dated white men and women.
Those two had frostbite.
Okay. But anyways, so like being a black woman is tough in these streets. But like, what are some of your coping strategies, do you think, if you have any?
In regards to
like when like men just don't approach you, or like men approach you for the sake of like jungle fever, or like they just don't look at you. And you mentioned confidence being at an ultimate low. Like, what are some of your coping strategies? Because winter, it gets cold in these streets. Hey, it gets very cold.
Can't you get a pillow?
And some young cuddles would be nice. Some
get a big pillow and a big teddy bear.
They would be very nice.
Get one of those long pillows.
So
look at you, already prepared. But I guess it's just constant reminder of who I am and of my beauty and what I want from a man. Because Kanti, at the end of the day, if that man really if I really want to be with that man, I'm not gonna be with someone that doesn't see me as beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's just the reminder of myself of like who I am and just my own beauty. Because Kanti, at the end of the day, I look in the mirror and I'm like, you're damn fine. Hey, you're beautiful.
You're a whole queen. Stunts on all of them.
I even saw this one video. It was Issa Rae and Zendaya, they were talking, and Issa was serious face. Issa was like, these other bitches just can't compare.
They can't compare.
I look in the mirror and I'm like, I feel so bad. These other bitches just can't compare to me. I'm like, damn, that was beautiful. But it's also like partly it's also just because there are people that I do find attractive and that I want, and it's just my own personal way of like counteracting the system is just me. I'll go and shoot my shots. I'm very proactive.
Shoot your shot.
I'm very proactive with I will go and shoot my shot regardless of who they are. I will go and shoot my shot. They come and say no. I'll come and find out. Oh, they have a girlfriend. I'm like, is it a white girlfriend? I'm like, they're like, yeah. I'm like, it's okay. It's fine. Clearly he doesn't know what he's missing. So I just continue.
You shoot your shot.
I just continue.
Moral of the story: despite us being at the bottom of the battle, it's okay to shoot your shot.
No, dala what you must.
Like do what you must. Or else you'll just be sitting in these streets lonely.
You are so lonely.
Because honestly, it's tough. Yeah. Have you been successful when you shot your shot?
Oh yeah, no, many times.
Hey, sorry, I'm just a little bit blinded.
Oh, me, I'm a menace in these streets, hey? Also, my friends would like to remind me I'm a menace. But I've been focused on academics.
Why do you finish me like this?
You're welcome. But yeah, no, at the end of the day, like,
shoot your shot.
That's not what you must.
Honestly.
Do the best that you can.
With what you're given.
With what you're given.
Or else you'll just be sad.
And always do right by yourself. That's regardless. Yes, these people, men will always constantly be punching women down constantly. Fight back.
Yeah.
Can't you just want to fight back?
If I was a dude right now, I'll just be like, baby girl, let me just take you out for dinner real quick.
Please do. I don't want to pay for dinner.
Like, do you think you've ever been fetishized? English. What is the English word? Fetishized.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm too scared to go and reflect upon the people that I've been with.
Let me Google the definition before we start lying here. So, for those who are like me, to fetishize is to make a fetish of or to obsess over. So, do you think like someone has ever just like obsessed over you because you're a black woman?
I want to say no. I want to believe that I have not been fetishized, and I'm going to say no. Okay. I did say that there was that one guy, one white guy, once upon a time. I'm unsure
if that's what it was.
I'm unsure if that was if I was being fetishized that night or not. I want to believe I was not. I want to believe that he appreciates black culture.
For your sanity, we'll say yes.
Yes.
Well,
but there's a fine line between appreciation and being fetishized.
Yeah. So
I'll just say no. I don't think I've been fetishized.
Let's hope not. Because that sucks. You want to be with someone who wants to be with you too, if that makes sense.
But not just me because I'm a black woman.
Yeah, but you for you know. Yeah, that's why Love is Blind is lit. We recommend we should have little pods on campus.
It's lit until you go and see the person you're
with.
And you're like, nah.
So season 1, Cameron and Lauren. So when Lauren, our girl, found out that it was a white man.
I feel like she low-key knew though.
If that was you, what would you have done in that situation?
I know if that is the man that I love, if I fall in love with that man so deeply, I must push her.
We must push her. They're still very happily married, guys.
Yeah, because in that case, you never know.
Lauren Hamilton.
See, it's the best thing that's ever happened to them. I think.
Yeah.
I assume it's the best thing that's ever happened to them.
We hope so. At least social media, you never know the truth.
You never know the truth. But we're going to believe that those two are truly in love.
Yeah.
So if if I am ever in love is blind and I come, it's a white man on the other side. You must just bite, just grab your
Grab
teeth and
that
be like, let's
nyash.
go. Grab the lack of nyash. Grab the egg.
I think that should be our last comment. You have been great. This is just the first of hopefully many features with.
I know I got you. I'm always here. I'm always around somewhere.
Around somewhere. The beautiful girl. But yeah, if you have any questions, whether you're black, white, Latina, brown, whatever you are,
even blue and purple,
you know, anything that we discussed today that you're like, I don't agree, or like you have questions, just like drop it in the comment section below. Holler at us, you know.
Let me know.
We're good people, and hey, her DMs are open. They're very open.
Hey, they're open.
They're
open.
They're very open.
It's just a very weak fence, a very weak gate in front of it. It just open.
Nah, yo, her DMs are very open. I can't say the same about mine, so you know, just keep your distance. Mine are the gates are, no shame. There's no entry.
There's no gate.
There's no gate.
It's just a wall.
It's a very hard wall, brick wall.
Straight brick wall, no
cement, everything. There's even, you know, back home when you have the brick wall, then the fence with the electric up there. That's what's
that's it.
Yeah,
that's
don't even chance. But yeah, you know the vibe. Make sure you guys like this, subscribe, share this with your friends. We all know y'all got like a bunch of black people that you know who might benefit from this. So we'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace and love.
Goodbye.